Who am I? I'm the guy that built this insane project behind me. I'm Steve Eves. We're going to fly the 36-foot tall Saturn V tomorrow.
What are we doing now?
We're going to pull the motors out of the trailer, we're going to prep the rocket, and we got a crane showing up that's going to put it on the tower. We're going to light it up with spotlights tonight and sit around and have a good old time.
Now, how long did it take you to put this together?
Yeah, I got 2 years invested in it, about 2 months worth of research. We actually had the rocket fully assembled last July, and spent the last, since July till now, April, getting the internal systems designed, getting sponsorship for the motors, getting Rockets Magazine involved, and getting MDRA to say, let's come fly this thing. So let's get the motors dug out of the trailer and see what we got.
Okay, so what time tomorrow are you going to fly it?
We're going to shoot into, got a countdown running online, and I'd just love to be able to hit that button right at 12 o'clock noon.
Okay. And then what's going to happen to it after you fly it?
It's hard to tell. We've got NASA would like to get their hands on it, and we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see what kind of shape we get it back in. A few nicks and scratches here and there, and we're going to put it in a good place, let a lot of people enjoy it.
All right, so you nervous?
Oh yeah, getting there. My motor showed up. Now I can get nervous.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right.
Hi, I'm Juanita, Steve's wife. The project started about 2 years ago, and now we're here getting ready to set it up and finally push the final button. Steve has been working really hard with everything, and I've stood back and watched in at awe of his knowledge with taking just a piece of wood and making it into something like this is amazing. And the way he just took these little...
Party's on!
That's his mouth right there. He took a big piece of wood, and it's amazing, and he just cut every one of these little ribs and he filed them down, and each one has its own little nail. And I thought when he was doing that, man, that is really crazy. But after it's all said and done, it's a very, very nice project. I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of how far he's gotten with this, and the support that his friends and family has shown is fantastic, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without friends and everybody that's been involved.
We just discovered the first problem. Wait a minute, looks like there's a... No, I'm sorry, it was just a white thing.
Is that just the one case or got all of them?
I don't know, that's...
Because I had those machines doing them motors.
That's okay. Let's try another one.
It's either that or a mallet, plastic mallet, and just
Grab another
give
motor.
it a few lug taps.
Hey, Steve, later on down the road, just for the heck of it, we can get on the other side of the motor in case we gotta pound them out with a rod or something.
The motor itself?
Yeah, I mean, if we have to get to the front of the motor, like let's assume that we, sometime they jam in a
You're
rocket.
going to actually be able to get to is the P.
Okay, so you can't get to the head of the end motors if
But
we
it's,
have to
still,
push
it's not
them
going
out.
to jam it. If it's sticking on the cap a little bit, you unbolt the cap, pull the cap out with it.
Okay,
You're
all
not
right.
going to have to beat them out.
Yeah, they're pretty constant, guys. They're
What about another motor?
Yeah, try another
Yeah,
case.
yeah. Try another motor. Yeah, Jeff. All right, Andrew, just set it. You have it, Jeff?
Just got it.
All right, we'll go up in there. We'll just keep it in there then.
Oh, you need the casing. Yeah.
They're all the same.
Yeah, it's constant.
How far off is it? Well, it almost goes on, so it's got to be like a thousandth or it can't be much.
Aluminum on aluminum ball is pretty easy. Try a little bit of grease first. before
Yeah,
you do anything.
that's what Tim always says about. Yeah.
Aluminum on aluminum is guaranteed to go.
Got a propane torch.
Warm it up.
Well, don't do it here.
I'm Jeff Taylor. I'm the proprietor of Loki Research. We make rocket motors for the hobby rocketry industry and anybody else that wants them, really. I got a call from Steve Eves about a year ago describing this incredible project that he was in the process of building, and we talked about different possible configurations for motors to fly it, and we came up with this setup where we're using a a central P10,000 surrounded by 8 98 millimeter N4000s. It's a lot of thrust, so it'll get a big heavy rocket like this off the pad, and it ought to be spectacular. We're running the Loki white propellant, which is a very pretty propellant. It's got a big white flame and lots of white smoke, so it looks like the shuttle SRBs, and it ought to make for some nice video and photographs.
Okay.
Yeah, just round.
Okay, then it's got to go in the
No,
water.
that one.
Yeah.
This one was sprayed.
That's why I pulled that motor out.
Okay, I'm going to put all these
Easy,
and
thank you,
tighten them
brother.
all up at one time. I'm not going to tighten any of them up until I'm all done with all of them. We're going to tighten them all down. Okay. Chew them all up at one time. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, Dave?
Relatively even, okay, tightening sequence on
John, 316.
Now you got your rings in there, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
But they'll kind of,
Until we
You
get
gotta go
past the ring.
down, Steve.
there we go.
Okay.
I guess. And we can leave that on there. We can leave that on there, right?
Head all the way over here.
Jeff, we can leave that on there for now because we're beyond that, right, with the plate, so we can leave that on there.
Yeah,
okay?
leave the glove on there to keep.
Now out at Balls, they used a K motor inside the nozzle to ignite the
Yeah. that didn't work too well.
No. And this one.
What a waste of motor. What a waste of
The K was
And that
stuck
wrench
up
down
inside
there.
the nozzle.
That wrench.
Well, that was on the upper. It was on an upper stage. Oh yeah, it blew big time.
Yeah, the K was supposed to, the K burned and got it off. And it was supposed to.
And then at the head end, look what we got. We got Neil and his trusty boy wonder, Kevin Mitchell. I don't know.
Get it all the way down.
Neil's definitely doing his job.
Fist job, right?
Oh, you know, fuck, we forgot to do something. Let's pull it back out. Getting ahead of myself here.
What's that?
Who knows?
Neil forgot it, not me.
Yeah, but you didn't check to make sure you had it done right. That was your job.
This is going to restrict the opening of the chute, which is normally something that you don't want to do, but what we're trying to achieve here is to get the line so they're paid out before the chute actually opens. So what we're going to do, we're going to run this cord up and run it like this and put rubber bands around the chute so that when the lines start paying out, this is shorter than the shrouds. When it gets to the end, it's going to pop 3 rubber bands that will be on the chute here, and that will allow it to open up. The pilot chute will be putting tension on the front of it. Rocket's going to be putting tension on the back of it so that it's all pulled out and will have tension on so it doesn't open up kind of willy-nilly in the air.
And the pilot comes down by itself?
No, pilot stays attached.
Okay.
It's a 6-foot military pilot chute that's actually designed for these chutes. So it's,
Did you
it
do
should
this on the
work.
cow?
Yeah,
And it worked?
barely.
Okay.
But I figure I learned something from that, so we're going to test it again with Steve's rocket.
So you got 4 chances to get it right again, huh?
Or 4 chances to get it wrong. It depends on what side of the fence you're standing on, of course.
Enough said.
Try to keep that on the outside here so it can't.
Yeah, well, let me get this underneath. So what we're going to do on that one is just take this piece of it, Put that underneath like that. Okay, done. And then on this last one, you just put it right in like this, and this should keep it all paid out like a big hot dog. And then when it starts getting tension, no, let me get this in first. Put it in there. Okay, that's it. So when it comes out, what will happen is, just this demonstration, it's going to go. And all the.
But the chute didn't open.
Well, there's no air on it. Those rubber
bands actually release?
Those rubber bands, we've done.
I gotta get over those extensions. But down in, you gotta go. Here.
Watch your fingers.
Tip it up over those nuts. There you go.
She's in. Wow, look at that.
You like it? Yeah. Now,
Fits
like a glue.
We want to recreate the
Like. First straight line down. First straight line down. What? Oh, you're out of here? Okay. I don't know. Scott, you're coming with me?
Yeah.
No, I can drop it.
Go ahead, don't worry, Scott.
First straight line down. Chance, and we don't like to do that. So. Yeah.
Well, actually, there's one crossing between that one, so this one, the bottom has to be right here.
First straight line down. Okay. Wasn't more than
Nope. Go up another one.
One more.
Go up one more cross.
In between them.
Yeah.
Go up another cross.
Go up another cross. There you go. That's it.
First straight line down. First straight line down. First straight line down. First straight line down.
There you go. So now, is this Booster Vision that's doing this, or are you just doing this?
No, we're doing this ourselves, but Booster Vision gave us the camera, transmitter, and receiver.
Good.
It's just to, because he wanted to see it used on the rocket. So.
He just wants to say his camera was there. That's all.
Absolutely.
He wants to say.
Put a little decal, Booster Vision.
Well, it's just not it's not an official flight unless it's got a Booster Vision on it. That's what we were told. So, and we've done this.
We should stick it underneath the box, and everybody can know.
We've done this a few times, but not at this scale, of course.
Well, you did. Did you did it on the? You did it on the Redstone when they flew that one, or was
No.
that Art doing his?
That was Art. I assume it wasn't us.
What is it now?
Say it should be on an Arts 1. So
Let's see, that's what we got here.
the original would have been that way, that the terminals would be different. So we're probably on 19 and 20 or something. Where are you going, dear?
I do it for all my own.
Harry, come here. Harry, come here.
Okay, this will be a test of pretensioner circuit number 2 on ARTS unit number 1. Whenever you're ready, Dave.
Okay. Firing in 3, 2, 1.
Friday morning we went out, a nice relaxed atmosphere, nothing, nobody was in a hurry. We had plenty of time to do it. And we ended up having a little bit of a problem with electronics. And the rest of the, everybody was there, made that problem you know, we researched and went through, and we finally found out where the problem was, and another place where we thought the problem was, and did some re-engineering, rewiring on the pad, which did take about 3.5 hours. So it was a little stressful, but the guys out here were just, everybody was calm, collected, and you know, we worked our way through the problem. We modified the electronics how we needed to get it done, and you know, thanks to Dave and you know, and you, Bob, you know, that's the only reason this thing went off. Because had we not found this problem where we did, that whole mess of 3.5 hours of pretty stressful work, you know, and it's all a tribute to everybody that was there, because nobody got excited. They sat down, they thought about what they needed to do, and reminded me a lot of probably what NASA went through when Apollo 13 had a problem. You know, it was like I could almost hear in the back of my head, thinking back, was as soon as this first happened, I was just hearing in my head, I said, Houston, we have a problem. And you know, everybody worked right through it. We did what we had to do, and you know, so the whole experience of what we had to modify on the pad to get it to fly was nothing more than a blessing in disguise, just because you know, it could have made launch day bad. You know, we could have had an issue with it standing up, and that would have ended the flight period, because there would have been no flight. So again, it's just, that was probably the hardest part of the experience. It was, you know, just getting past that, but you know, cooler heads prevailed. Everything worked out perfect. Everybody, you know, kept their minds where they needed to be, and we got this puppy stood up that night.
Hey Neil, I want to know why it is I work on this. Nobody films anything. As soon as you get there, they start rolling.
Because you scared them all away. You kept throwing stuff up.
Because every time you touch something, it went boom.
Oh, wait till you see Neil's handiwork.
Yeah, wait till you see my part. Okay, so that's
Well, granted, I mean, the parachutes are just going to stream behind it, but I mean, hey.
Yeah. She thinks, Bob.
Don't mention it.
I'm working on it.
Oh, I know.
So Neil, what are you doing?
We're hooking up the deployment bags for the pilot chutes. And these pilot chutes, when this thing separates, they're going to get pulled out by this force, and the bags will come off, the pilot chutes will be deployed, and they will pull out and extract the 28-foot man-rated mains. That's the plan.
So we got 4 guys hanging underneath that?
Yeah, it's just man-rated, not real men.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Neil.
All right, so if we want to get this thing close, we just got to get it
up a little closer, guys.
closer just to get this stuff in. Okay.
That's enough for the moment.
Can you get your other side there?
Got it. Who needs it?
I do. All right. Okay, that's good. Tom Cowling.
Let me get the Cowling.
What are you doing?
Putting your picture by my bed.
Need to pull the pins on the corner of the canopy?
Just pick it up and go over.
Yeah, we got to pull the pins first.
A couple extra bodies, and
It's got some pretty good.
I got that
Mike.
one.
Mike,
I forgot to put the beer
pull
in
the
there.
pins on the canopy. We're going to pick it up and walk it that way.
And that's one we're good.
Do what?
The canopy.
Okay, I got it right here. Steve.
Okay.
Got the canopy.
Where's the access piece? Yeah, we're going to walk the canopy out of the way.
We don't need that. We don't. It is in the trailer. On this side, I think. Make sure those are all seated. Make sure they're drove back up and into the grooves of the lock pin.
Watch your fingers.
Hey Tom, let's weasel it over.
Any on the top?
Look how he does that.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Is this ring the bottom of the coupler, or is it the bottom of all this? Okay, try it again.
Underneath all the coast and stuff, Bob. The weather forecast for tomorrow is a whopping 84 degrees.